Varsågod mjölkitos.
Er du live?
Ja, sånn her.
Ja.
Mama. Welcome to the blast from the past. In a couple minutes more, we will make this cool interview, live interview with Greg White and the guitarist Mark Kendall. If you want to see us and asking some questions, of course you can do it. That's why it's very important, this interview live and pretty cool. Okay, rock on. We shared the video for people can listen it. So just wait a minute, please. Hold on. Okay. Hola, hola. Brenda Bu, hermosa, saluditos. Estamos listos para hacer esta entrevista en un momentito más a la gente que me está viendo de México o de Latinoamérica con Greg White, esta banda americana increíble. ¿Se acuerdan de esa de Mama, once bitten, twice shy, baby? Está súper chida esa rola. Y en un momentito más pues vamos a estar haciendo la entrevista para que estén al pendientes. Estoy compartiendo el video, perdón que de repente no hable, todavía no estamos al aire y pues se me hace súper padre, viene el güero.
No habla español.
No habla español. A ver. Jeg spiller musikk, men
Ja.
Hold on. Let me just svare for Kim Johansen, Erlend Johansen, Erlend Gaia. For hvilken deler på sånn. ¿Qué? Tú puedes escuchar la música si te metes a www.lapajarracaradio.com. Ahí vas a poderla escuchar. Ahorita en el video no lo puedes oír porque Facebook nos anda bloqueando de repente.
Noen spørsmål, få se.
Ja, det må dele. Men vær så god.
Tror du vi snakker om det?
Ja. Also, Once Bitten, Twice Shy was the most famous song.
Ja.
Så det er kjempebra. Eller jeg må dele litt. Oi, nei. Sånn.
Jo, alltid spennende om
Snart. Perdón que estamos...
Om de tar telefon, eller om de ringer.
Ja.
Har du fått
Ja.
Har du fått kontaktopplysning? Har du fått telefon?
Jeg har hørt på Skype hans.
Du har fått det?
Ja.
Men ikke bilde, bare
Bare
ikke video?
audio.
Ja.
Hopper han på siste sier ja, hvilken...
Nei, du trenger ikke spørre om det hvis han ikke vil, så vil de ikke, så vil de ikke. Sånn er det. Det går bra. Har du sjekket batteri?
Ja, vi har 9 minuter. 9 minutos, amigos, para que ya empecemos la entrevista. 9 minuter. Men jeg må dele denne informasjonen først, og derfor jeg tar litt tid til å gjøre det sånn. Ok. Si tienen preguntas, amigos, háganlas, las vamos a leer. y él les va a contestar. Es una entrevista en vivo. This is a live interview with Greg White. So that's cool because everybody can ask him whatever you want. Not about the tragedy. He say no about talking about this tragedy. So we have to respect that because it's really important. So yeah. Saludos desde Puebla, hermosísimo Puebla, bello Puebla, mi México entero. Saludos, chicos, saludos. ¿No escuchan la música? En la Pajarraca Radio sí la puedes escuchar, pero aquí en Facebook no, porque ya ven, nos bloquean los videos, entonces por esa razón pues no podemos tocar la música, pero pues ojalá y puedan escucharla en www.lapajarracaradio.com. Hello! Saludos a todos. Welcome to the show. In a couple minutes more we are going to start the radio. So tusen takk alle sammen for å være her og høre på radioshow i dag med dette live interview med Greg White, venner fra USA. Så takk for det. Vi er kjempeglade. Ya vamos a comenzar en un minutito, ¿ok? Ja, Kim er her også. Det er mennesker spør om deg. Hvor er Kim?
Han er gått hjem.
Kim Kong kommer snart.
Ok.
Mi ojito Samosas kommer snart. Si. Jeg vet ikke hvis jeg hva heter det?
Jeg vet ikke.
Fordi for eksempel, hvis jeg spiller musikk nå, Facebook-blogg-video, så vi vil ikke Facebook-blogge
det kan
denne
vi vente
videoen,
med.
derfor vi må vente litt, men du kan høre musikk på radiostasjonen nå. Så det er kjempeviktig. Det er min. Det er din, unnskyld,
Jeg må ha med-
det er min.
Jøss, er det folk her?
Ja.
Høres bra ut, det, Stian. Lenge siden nå. Da blir det Great White i dag, da.
Iván, saludos desde Madrid. Ole, muchas gracias.
Spennende.
Saludos a todo el mundo, hermosos. Y quiero decir algo que... déjenles cambio la radio.
Og fredag blir det DID.
Sí, 5 minutos. I forrige uke, en person forteller jeg er fra Brasil. Jeg sier æsj, men ikke æsj for sier Brasil, fordi mange personer hele tiden sier du er fra denne land og denne land, derfor. Men ikke for mennesker fra Brasil. La semana pasada alguien me preguntó, ay, tú eres de Brasil, y yo le dije æsj, pero no lo dije con intención de ofender a ningún brasileño. Yo soy latina y quiero a mis latinos. Y más bien fue porque me habían dicho varias personas, ay, tú eres de Brasil y tú eres de la India y tú eres de no sé qué, no sé qué, no sé qué. Entonces, como que a mí eso me cayó gordo.
Snakker veldig fort.
Pero no por la gente de Brasil, yo no tengo nada en contra, al contrario, tengo
Ja, det
amigos
gjør vi, Stian.
brasileños.
Prøv å gjøre noe med det, tror jeg.
Pero no fue con intención, así es que una disculpa por si entendieron que yo hablé mal de los brasileños para nada. Más bien fue porque ya me dio calor, ya er litt varme nå. Ai,
Du har jo jakke på deg.
Hadde.
Du sitter jo ikke ute.
Ja, trenger ikke det. 4 minutter. Come on, little baby, let's go, let's rock and roll. Jeg vet ikke hvis jeg spiller det.
Let's hope he's nice to talk to.
Ja, ja. And is there the
And Rob Hard... Nei, jeg mener...
Halford?
Nei, jeg mener Biff sent on a mess after the interview. Så det var cool.
Ja, det er sant. Etter interview, Biff Byford record også.
Ja, 5 times.
Ja, veldig kjempecool.
Så det var morsomt.
Así es. Después de que hicimos la entrevista la semana pasada con Biff Byford, no pudo pronunciar bien la Pajarraca Radio, pero después de la entrevista nos mandó los saludos increíbles. Ya los van a escuchar. Ya está al aire en la Pajarraca, pero lo van a poder escuchar pronto, pronto. Es que ya mero vamos a 3 minutter.
There's all millions. And with the DID, it's going to be live, the face and everything. So that's cool. He said yes to
this
that.
This Friday, with DID live interview, and you can see him in a video. He said yes. So that's pretty cool. We are excited. Yeah. Este viernes una entrevista con DID, una banda de Dinamarca super padre, en vivo también. Y van a poder verlo a él en video, así es que no todos quieren video, por esa razón pues nosotros tenemos que respetar que el artista dice no quiero video, solo audio, como en esta ocasión, entonces hay que respetar.
Ja, han gjorde det, Stian, men vi fikk 5 opptak, og 3 opptak hørte vi jævlig mye flasker, så han var nok litt I form, tenker jeg. Hørte det klirra.
Sí, jeg tror vi kan starte radioen, vi har ikke ringe han snart.
Ja, nå det...
Håper jeg han... Vi
2 minutter.
Ingen problem.
Nei, nå har vi hatt problemer 2 ganger.
Ja.
Med ringing, men det jo ikke våres feil. Vi får jo feil telefonnummer hver gang, så... Da blir det litt vanskelig. Så... Nei, men, vi... Det ikke så lett når det live, dette greiene her. Og så det litt store gutter dette her også, så... Ja, vi får da se hvor mye han vil prate, og hva han vil prate om, men ulykka, det skal han ikke prate om. For den var svær og fæl.
Velkommen til den norske metal-radioen. Det blir som et par.
Hei!
Sånn.
Det vi kan starte på radio, eller vi kan begynne? Hello alle sammen, velkommen til The Blast!
From the past.
Yes, we are.
Kim?
And Arlene Johansen. We are in this radio show live. In this cool interview we are going to make in 1 minute. We are going to call him this crazy dude, Mark KENDALL, the guitarist from Great White, this cool band from USA. And we hope everything will be cool tonight. And cross fingers, he accepted the video, but we don't know. If you have a question, remember to make it. That's pretty cool. So I guess we can call him now.
Yep. Let's try.
Let's try.
No sound? Det alltid noe.
Skeptisk. Really? Yeah, yes, comment.
Som sagt, vet aldri. Men så prøver vi bare igjen.
We can dance in. Hallo?
Ikke 3 ganger på rad. Det mulig, ja? 3 på rad, det noe som heter det, men...
Hei. Hva?
Kanskje han la på?
Jeg må ringe igjen.
Veldig lavt.
Ja.
Da går jeg og legger meg.
Ja.
Han sier det, Stian. Nå har vi vært uheldige 3 ganger på rad. Men til slutt så tar de telefon. Så det går bra. Rolig enda. Så vi fikk melding av manageren at alt var i orden for 1 time siden. Så vi regner vel med at det skjer noe. Får vi sende melding til manageren igjen da. Så får vi se.
And Hunso, she say, he will be ready. Noen ganger.
Kanskje han er i dusjen eller noe.
Y nos dieron las 10 y las 11, las 12, la 1, las 2 y las 3. Ay, mamá pulpa.
Hello.
Tierra llamando a Mark Kendall. Hello.
Where are you?
Ringate.
Hvor er du?
Ja. Hakuna Matata.
Må sende melding da.
Jeg sender melding til manager. Jeg vet ikke hva skjer hele tiden der. Jeg vet ikke hva skjer med artister.
Hello, Josh. Ja, ja. Sånn er det. Da må det pipe, ja. Det er like greit.
We can play music, but
Nei, vi kan vente. Plutselig så ringer han, så.
Vente litt.
Ja, plutselig så ringer de.
Pluss.
Det skjedde jo sist, så ordner seg. Det er rart at det skal skje 3 ganger på rad, når det aldri har skjedd før. Og så skjer det 3 ganger på rad. Det er ikke mulig, vet du. Ai. Katastrof.
Vi kan prøve igjen.
Ja, du vet jo, det er klokka 8, så... Vi gir oss ikke enda. Typisk.
Let me check on what's happening. Okay.
Da fikk vi svar fra manager.
So, yeah, she's
Så nå-
called him to see what happened because he didn't.
Så nå skjer det sikkert noe.
Eh.
Du må ta det på spansk, tenker jeg.
Sí, la manager está hablando con él. ¿Por qué razón no toma? Creo que, a ver,
Fikk vi melding.
sí, ya. Ella está hablando con él ahorita para saber por qué no está tomando la llamada. Ya teníamos desde hace una semana esto, entonces hoy hablamos hace ratito y no sé por qué razón. Pero, tototas. We can prove again.
Nei, la han vente litt nå. Til vi får svar fra manager. Det er bedre det å vente på å høre hva hun sier.
Sorry amigos, pero ahorita en un momentito más. Hola hermoso, ¿cómo estás? Saludos a Luis, a mi tío Jaime, saluditos a toda mi gente en México.
Det blir sein kveldsmat det her.
Ya en un momentito más hacemos esta entrevista, nosotros hablando como pericos y...
We're waiting for Great White to
Waiting
call.
for your love.
Well, we try to call. But
Sí,
ting tar bare litt tid.
tar litt tid. Så skal vi se hva skjer.
Så nå har vi fått svar. Og hun skulle
Ikke
sjekke
ennå.
opp
Ikke
hva som
ennå.
skjer.
Pero de que se hace, se hace. Ya ven, ha pasado desafortunadamente en estas últimas 3 entrevistas de Cher for the siste 3 intervjuer.
Ja.
Men for en måte artister opptatt, eller jeg vet ikke hva skjer for forskjellige tid i Mexico og Norge og USA i denne saken. Så jeg vet ikke.
Maybe they think it was the wrong time. I don't know.
I don't know.
You said 8.
Yeah,
And they know, so.
I have a message to him. Okay, and what is the message? She say I have a message to him.
And that's all
I guess
we
she
get.
have to
Call him.
send a message to him. Yeah.
So we're calling to Los Angeles.
Yes.
Kanskje? Nei, det var feil, ja. Ja, det er koselig å sitte her. Skal ikke stå på det. Opptak er på, batteri har vi jo.
Sí. Pero saludos a todos. Besos a los cumpleañeros. Takk for
Veldig voldsomt.
Sí.
På en måte.
Jeg føler litt nervøs. We feel a little nervous because it's a
big band.
It's a big van, of course, and it's like what happened. Sometimes happen with
Oss.
nej, with vad heter han?
Striper dude.
No, Wild Street. He thought it was 1 hour earlier. So for us was clock 7, 9, and we asked him for clock 8 at night, and he say no, but now it's clock 8 for me, or clock for the same for USA and Mexico and Norway. So we say no, it's 1 hour later. No, it's now. Okay, so we have to hurry up and 1 hour earlier. So sometimes happen.
Det blir lettere på fredag. Da er det Danmark-tid.
Yeah. I talked today with Jesper Vincent, and we talked, the vocalist from the ID, and he said, the same time in Denmark and in Norway. Clock 8, right? And I say, yes. Live interview, we can make a video with you. Yes, of course, whatever you want. Yes. So that's pretty cool. You can see him in this Friday, and we can check what shit. So, sorry dude, sometimes happen. We are live and... Pero, ¿qué vamos a hacer, verdad? Platicamos con ustedes un momento, eso está padre. So, yes.
Det skal ikke være lett, men det kunne vært litt lettere, kan man si.
Jeg vet ikke. Vi venter for...
Vi venter fortsatt på svar fra...
Da kanskje vi kan ringe igjen?
Nei, vi får vente til vi har fått svar. Vi gidder ikke det. Det blir jo bare surr. Vi må jo vente til at det er hun som styrer butikken her.
Y nos dieron las 10 y las 11. Det er klokka 10, klokka 11, klokka 12, klokka 1, klokka 2, klokka...
Skal jobbe i morgen, ja. Har ikke tid til det her.
Ja. Men det går bra. Así pasa, ¿no? Cuando estamos en vivo, por alguna razón sucede, y pues una disculpa por eso. Ahora sí que no fue cosa nuestra. Estoy hablando con la manager, ella está hablando con él en este momento para ver qué es lo que pues está pasando, no sé qué hice, a ver.
Ja da.
Ja da.
Så Fleksnes.
Sí, ja da. A ver, déjenme ver qué hice, no sé si...
Message, hva er det?
No, det er para... Es que no sé qué le piqué aquí, espérenme. Ahí. Madre de Dios, diríamos, madre de Dios. Hello, bueno, mientras saludamos Jan Kenneth Grasmo, hello, Aurora Álvarez, Sandra Alcántara, hermosa, mi prima, un saludo, a Bere, hasta Guadalajara, Alex Flores, hola, a Josh, saludos amigo, un abrazote para ti, saluditos, a Jaime, mi tío también, hello, Stian Amundsen, hello.
Det er at vi venter.
Vera Gabriela. Hallo, Vera. Gabriela.
Vi venter på...
Men jeg sier hallo til alle personer.
Mark Kendall.
Ja, vi venter på han. Vi må vente.
Vi skulle få klokka 8.
Angelen.
Og så har vi ikke helt fått det tydeligvis. Så nå driver managementet og jobber med hvor i all verden han er hen. Og hva han driver med.
I have a few messages for him, but you didn't tell me it was live. As note in the confirmation I showed Mark as a tape.
Det er jo ikke live sånn sett da. Så. Herregud. Fram og tilbake er jo like langt. Det er jo så folk kan høre på. Det er jo ikke live, sånn med bildet.
Jeg tror det er ikke ingen problem hvis det er live eller nei. Det spiller ingen rolle, ikke sant?
Det kan jo ikke være så farlig. Det har vi jo skrivet jo. Nei, skal jo være vanskelig.
Hola, Paco. Veldig vanskelig, så...
Ja. Merkelig. Kanskje hvis han ringer nå, så er han really mad. Nå går jeg og legger meg.
Jeg vet ikke. Hva skal vi gjøre?
Nei, vi må jo skrive, det er jo ikke live.
Nei.
Det er ikke bilder, video, det er jo ingenting av det.
Hva skjer? Hva er det? Nei, da mikrofonen går borte. Jeg vet ikke hvorfor.
Bra vi fant ut det før hvis han ringer, eller ikke.
Hva skjer? Nei, fordi jeg bruker da... Jeg klikker om da icon der. Uy, ups. Tengo que poner aquí el todo para marcarnos.
Tototas.
Tototas. Wake me up before you go.
Du ser no live, det er jo ikke ansikt, noen ting. Det er bare som mennesker som får høre på.
Pues lo
Og det
siento,
sa vi jo.
amigos.
Nå har vi jo sagt det fra. Merkelig.
Nei, fordi jeg bruker...
Skal vi ha den da?
Ja.
Tutt.
Den...
Går og lager meg middag, jeg tror jeg.
Tengo que poner aquí el todo para marcarnos. Tototas. Pues no sabemos si va a querer o no va a querer, y si no quiere, pues ni modo, ya no es cosa nuestra.
Men da spør vi ikke mennesker om...
Hvis vi vil ikke, det går bra, men han kan fortelle oss, nei da, jeg vil ikke lage live interview, eller hva skjer?
Ja, og så trenger ikke folk å sende en spørsmål heller, så slipper han det også. Så.
Det er ikke professionell for meg.
Det synes jeg var dårlig.
Para mí no, esto no es profesional, porque si ya habíamos hablado, creo que es falta de respeto para ustedes, para nosotros también. El que el artista no esté a tiempo, nosotros empezamos temprano, nos organizamos, armamos todo para esta entrevista y de repente, pues no sabemos si ¿verdad? Va a querer o no va a querer, y si no quiere, pues ni modo. Y sí está, pues como, a mí se me hace... Pues mala onda, ¿verdad? Pero déjenme, porque casi oye. Ja, men vi vet ikke hva skjer. Vi må vente litt for å si hva skjer, men nå...
Merkelig melding.
Ja.
Ha. Nei, det er sånn for meg.
Ja. Men jeg må si det er ikke professionell. This is not professional, I have to say it. Because we talk about it for more than 2 weeks. And he said yes, he's available, and in the end he didn't take the call, so I don't know what happened. The manager is talking with him right now, but we don't know.
No idea.
Jamie Gilmore, Hola, hola. En el Hell and Heaven 2000, de que nos vimos y estabas con unos amigos, ¿eres tú? No, no sé si seas tú. Es que saludé a mucha gente en el Hell and Heaven. Hermosa, pero... Hola. Ay. Ja, hun spør kanskje du ikke remember me, but I was the girl. I was with you in the Hell and Heaven. Yo creo que sí eres la chica con la que estaba hablando, que me dijo, yo soy la del chat y no sé. Ok, no nos contestan. Vi har ikke ingen svar, jeg vet ikke hva skal vi gjøre.
Vi får bare vente litt til da, og så, hvis ikke så gir vi faen. Det her gidder jeg jo ikke.
Så...
Vi har jo fått
jeg vet ikke hvis jeg ringer eller nei.
Nei, du får bare vente til vi har fått svar fra hun.
Es que si me acordé, chula.
Det blir jo bare surr.
Sí, andabas con tus amigos y te acercaste conmigo, si me acuerdo. Saluditos, ¿cómo estás? Aquí
vi har ikke hatt sånne problemer før. Ja. Vi har pratet med mange, men det her tar jeg jo litt kaka på en måte. Ja?
Det er ikke en...
Slutt å mas da.
Ja, men jeg må vente, hva sier henne? Hvis jeg eller nei? For hvis jeg er nei, for borte alle ting. Ja. Derfor jeg må spørre henne.
Jeg må strekke litt på beina. Ta meg en tur på...
Ja, ¿verdad?
Kjøkkenet.
Es que la verdad, con todo el respeto, es una gran banda y nosotros hemos cumplido con los requerimientos de no hables de esto, no digas lo otro, no quiero video, no quiero lo otro. Entonces de repente pues cumplimos y el artista en este caso pues no. Son 18 minutos tarde, que para mí como locutora que soy es una falta de respeto porque la puntualidad en los medios de comunicación es muy importante. Y en este caso, pues no nos han dado respuesta de si va a querer o no la entrevista. Ya habíamos hablado que sí, y ahorita pues Melissa, que es la manager, no me dice absolutamente nada, nada más que yo no le dije que había sido en vivo. Yo había comentado que era una entrevista, que cuando la quería que hacíamos programas en vivo, que es lo que se lo dije. Pero bueno, ella, no sé...
Ja, vi må få ja eller nei. Nei, det er jo ikke... Herregud. Kanskje han er dritforbanna. For alt vi vet. Men vi har jo spurt i 14 dager, så...
Ja. Sorry, perdón, que todos estamos esperando y ya, pues no sé. He's calling shortly, thank you.
He's calling?
Okay, we can try.
He's calling. Oi, veldig lyst da.
Det er mye.
Fy faen, det er jo ikke svarte natta her da.
Ok, vamos a ver si nos toma...
So he's gonna call.
Ghostbusters.
Han ringer.
Han sier, men kanskje jeg kan ringe.
Nei.
Jeg tror det er Kim.
Ok, vi får prøve. Nei.
No tomó la llamada, entonces, pues bueno.
Da får vi bare vente.
Men hun så ja.
Ja, han ringer eller vi ringer?
Jeg ringer han, men hun så he's calling shortly, thank you so much.
Da venter vi. Han ringer. Kvinnfolk og mas. Så da får vi bare vente.
Pero bueno, pues qué les digo, ¿verdad? Bien, ¿y tú cuánto tiempo apareciste en mi feed y me emocioné? Great White, hermosa, estamos en una entrevista que estamos viendo qué pasa con el artista, con Great White, con su guitarrista Mark Kendall.
Let's hope he's not mad.
Y pues siento que está de malas, no sé por qué, todavía no hablo con él. Ja, bueno. Pero no lo sé.
Vi bare venter.
Vi må bare vente.
Han skal ringe oss.
Så skal vi se. Si él nos va a hablar o qué, que eso es lo que, ¿verdad? ¿Qué nos dije? Santa Madre de Dios.
Bjørn. Lenge siden. Det er helt klart. Nå.
Okay,
Ring.
Wait, I actually thought it was tonight. My wife read it wrong. It was 8 o'clock Norwegian time.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
And you think it was USA time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we thought it was tonight, but she just glanced at the email, so she just misread it.
Okay.
Oh.
So
no,
sorry about that.
it's
That's
okay.
okay.
Thank you.
How are you?
Doing good. Getting ready to do our first show. You know, we had that virus going around or whatever, so
Yeah.
we haven't been playing shows. So we just been writing songs and, you know, playing with our families.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
So what is the plans now?
Well, some of the shows have been moved to later in the year. I think only 2 canceled,
Okay.
okay.
and the only reason is because other bands are scheduled.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So in the meantime, I've been flying up north, working with Michael Lardy. We're working on Zoom and Skype and
Cool.
sending things back and forth with musical ideas and stuff like that. So we're just getting the songs together, and then we send them to Mitch. He's been working on stuff, so we're hoping to get something out this year.
Oh, nice.
In the meantime, we're just playing shows, you know. But it's kind of slow at the moment, you know, with the
Right.
With the virus.
the virus going around.
Yeah.
Right. And affected too much to you guys? This virus affected too much to the band?
No, not really. I mean, I haven't traveled or anything. I suppose you have to wear a mask and stuff like that. So it's going to be, you know, things are going to be a little different. I don't know how the shows are going to be. If everybody in the crowd has a mask on, how it's going to look. I don't know.
Because you can't have too many people inside. It can't be too crowded.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I think this is an outdoor street thing.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
this show will be outside.
Oh.
Most of the shows they're moving, I suppose hoping that, they get a handle on it better. Maybe the cases get lower or something. I don't know.
Yeah, hopper. And can you tell us about it a little bit? How important it is, or it was MTV for you guys when this video, Once Bitten, Twice Shy, it was is an emblematic song from this band, of course. I was to become a hard rock band with this song. It was like a boom for you because I guess
It's a great song.
very cool, like a partying all the time. Very, very cool.
Yeah. Well, before the album before that, the song that actually, really broke the band out was, and MTV was Rock Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, when we started to get on MTV, our popularity grew, and that Rock Me was a top 10 single, so that was getting played on the radio like everywhere,
Cool.
and
Yeah.
it became a pretty big song.
Yes.
And the follow-ups were all in the top 20 or better, and we got so much airplay from MTV, and we were touring, selling
Right.
out arenas every night.
Yeah.
Cool.
So on the follow-up album, that album was called Once Bitten,
Yeah.
and we thought it would be kind of fun to call the next album Twice Shy
Right.
because of the saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
our manager also managed Guns N' Roses.
Mm.
One day while we were in the studio, Izzy, who was the other guitar player in Guns N' Roses,
Ja.
came to our manager with that song Once Bitten, Twice Shy.
Oh.
Cool.
And he goes, look, your last album was called Once Bitten. This is called Twice Shy. He goes, listen to this song. This would be a cool song for you guys to do.
Very
And,
cool.
you know, he listened to it and really liked it, you know. And then we thought it was okay. You know, we thought it'd be a great album track. We had no idea that the record company would put that song out. But,
Okay.
you know, you just never know. We had no idea it was going to take on a life of its own, you know.
Right.
So yeah, it became, people just related to it, you know.
The song is legendary. So.
Right. It's a classic song. And actually,
Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know, the trick is, most of the time, is find an old hit and then redo it your own way. Well, with Once Bitten, Twice Shy, it was never a hit, you know what I mean? So, you know, we kind of did it backwards. We made it our own or whatever, but the song, nobody knew it. So everybody just thought it was our song. And, you know, we didn't hide the fact that it was an Ian Hunter song, cover song.
Right.
Oh.
But it was from his solo career, you know, not Mott the Hoople or anything. And the song was just never, it never, you know, made a mark of any kind.
Right.
And so our interpretation of the song, for some reason, people like.
And it's cool. I guess, to be honest with you, I like more with you guys than the original singer, because it's more happy, more, you know, have the essence of greatness.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something funny? He made so much money from that song,
more
from
with you,
royalties, that he got a band back together and went on the road and actually was back on MTV, and we were told, because we knew Ian Hunter by coincidence, because in the 80s, early 80s, when we toured with Judas Priest,
No.
we borrowed a drum riser from him because our sound man knew Ian Hunter real well. He lived in New York.
Oh.
And we went to his house and got the drum riser out of his backyard for the Judas Priest tour. And so it was just funny, all those, you know, a few years later that we were playing one of his songs. It was like, you know, a coincidence that happened.
Right.
But you're
Funny.
you started already in 1977. You played a long time.
Actually, I met the singer in the late 70s. That's kind of a misquote. It was probably in 79, actually, or late 78 when I met the original singer, Jack Russell.
Right.
Okay.
And when he auditioned for my band,
Mm-hmm.
and we took a break, and he told me, you know, it was three of us, you know, and he said if I got rid of the fat guy and the guy with the mustache, he goes, let's start. You know, and I go, that's my whole band, and he goes, I know, and I go, okay. I go, let's make our own band then, and so me and him, I left that situation, and then we made our own band.
Right.
So that's kind of the way things got started.
And talking about Jack Russell, what happened? Why he's not singing anymore in the band? If you can tell us.
Well, yeah. Well, he kind of had demons, you know, with the drugs.
Okay.
And he was falling down a lot. He was breaking a lot of bones.
Oh.
He had a lot of you know, issues, and
Right.
No.
I actually that's one of the things I do. It's one of my, I guess, I don't know if you call it a hobby, but I work with addicts and alcoholics.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, kind of one-on-one. I just help. I reached out on Facebook, and
That's very
in
nice.
the last 8 years. And the only reason I know how many people it is because I send them daily meditations and prayer.
Okay.
So it's 123 people I've worked with one-on-one in the last 8 years.
Oh my God,
Some
yes.
people have a difficult time quitting, you know, but I've seen a lot of success. With Jack, he had a very difficult, the addiction has really overpowered him.
Okay.
And he was unable to,
Sing
you know,
again.
perform at a level that we all need.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. So
We told him to go get well,
Mm-hmm.
and he went and found people that accepted that behavior to play with him.
Right.
So that's how that happened. But we, as far as our, you know, love for each other or whatever, I don't even think we got in an argument our whole career. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Well, that's cool.
So usually, you know, a guy will leave a band because everybody hates each other. But
it's always like that.
it wasn't like that in this situation. It was just, you know, and I never take addiction personally. It's, you know, it's just what it is. You know, it's ugly,
Right.
and some people just have a real tough time,
Right.
you know, getting away from it. You know, and some people can do it a little easier than others, but
Exactly.
it's something you really have to commit to.
Right. Exactly.
You got to do it one day at a time.
Exactly.
And you know, you just got to live your life that way because, you know, if you're born with that addictive personality and that, you know,
And do you still
compulsiveness, you know.
Yeah.
right? And do you still have in contact with him?
Not in a while.
Okay.
You know, it's just we kind of gone in different directions.
Right.
But
That's true.
there's no love lost there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and talking about the new singer Mitch Mallow, how the fans accepting him because he's very good singer actually.
Yeah, he's been there for 3-4 years now. So.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. He's been in the band 2 years.
2 years now.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. You know, it's nothing we planned for. It just kind of. I met him 2 times when we did our record. We had, you know, we did a record with Michael Wagner, famous icon producer,
Right.
in Nashville, and we wanted this like gang shout where, you know, you get a bunch of people in a room and you shout a couple of words, and Mitch Malloy was one of the people that came down.
Cool.
We had about 20 bands. I mean, Pat Travers, you know, Hailstorm, you know, Wiener. I mean, it was just like every band you could think of that lives in Nashville came down.
That's
And
true.
Mitch Malloy was one of those people, but I don't even think we said anything to each other.
Okay.
And then I saw him again on the Monsters of Rock cruise. He came on stage with us and sang Once Bitten, Twice Shy.
Yes.
Just the chorus only. Just the chorus only. You know, we usually have fun at the end of the show and people might come on stage.
Right.
But one morning I was at home and I was on my phone in the morning and I saw this story about Mitch Malloy being in Van Halen. And I never heard anything about that.
No?
And I never heard him being in Van Halen. And I know a lot about Van Halen because I grew up, I've known them since I was a teenager. So anyways, I heard him sing Panama. I heard this story, you know, about him being in Van Halen after Sammy Hagar for, you know, a couple of months. It ended up not working out, but anyway, so then I listened to some of the solo music because I never heard of Mitch Malloy before.
Right.
And I'm going, man, this guy's voice sounds incredible.
Very good,
and
yes.
I go, I wonder what he'd sound like with our music. And I called my keyboard player, Michael Lardy.
Right.
And he told me that he'd been looking into Mitch Malloy. I couldn't believe it. I go, you never told me anything about that, you know. But so I go, well, let's see if he's interested in, jamming with us. Maybe send him some music.
Right.
So we sent him stuff like Once Bitten, Twice Shy, Rock Me, a couple newer songs, and had him put his vocal on because he's an engineer. He's mixed Taylor Swift and Kenny Loggins albums and stuff like that. So
different kind
so
of
he's
music.
very familiar in the studio.
Right.
So he had no problem putting his vocals on music and sending it back. So he did that, and we were thrilled the way it sounded. So he came out and we practiced. We jammed together for 3 days. And then he came out and did his first show. Been going ever since. So,
right.
He's a pretty good-looking guy. He fits. Yeah, he fits in the band good.
Yeah.
And there's actually girls come around us now.
Yay! Finally.
They're looking for him though. That's the only problem.
He's handsome. He's good, boys. Singer.
Finally get girls around.
Aye. And you have a cover from Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart, right?
What's that now?
The Van Singer, a cover from Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart, right?
Yeah, Kickstart My Heart. I know that song.
And but do you make the cover? The Van make this sing this cover or not? Or is a lie?
No, I've never sang on it.
Yeah, because I read Greg White sing this song as a cover, Kickstart My Heart from Motley Crue. It's a lie?
Yeah, I never played on that.
Okay.
Maybe Jack might have done something like that.
But not
I've
Greg White.
never.
Okay.
We've never played Motley Crue.
Okay.
I've known the singer since he was 15, though.
Oh.
That's new, yeah, of course.
I've known Vince since he was in high school.
That's cool. So you and him are friends.
Yeah.
Cool.
I could tell you a quick story.
Right.
My band played at Vince's high school.
Oh.
He was probably 15.
Cool.
And my friends came up and told me, hey, see that kid over there? And he was standing like right in the front.
Okay.
And they go, see that kid? They go, he's a singer. And I go, oh, really? I go, what band is he in? And they go, oh, he's not in a band. He just likes to sing.
Okay.
But it's a cool story because now it's big band too.
Yeah. So a couple years later, he was in a band called Rock Candy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I guess he was kind of discovered by I don't know, one of the guys in Motley Crue, and
Nicky. Nicky Six.
That's how he got that. Yeah, Nicky. Yeah.
Oh.
I have to tell you, if you see him, please. Motley Crue is one of my favorite bands. So I love Vince Neil. Thank you for sharing.
We came up about the same time. When we got our record deal, they had been signed 1 year exactly before us.
Oh.
So
That's cool.
they what happened was this company called Enigma, they were signing bands, and it's an independent label, and then they'd sell them off to a big label.
Right?
So Motley Crue had just moved to Elektra.
Yes,
They were on
that's
Enigma for a while,
That's
and
true.
they did that with Berlin, a chick singer, Terry Nunn, and then us. So I know I played with Vince, and he's a good guy.
Yeah, that's nice to know.
And
Thank you for sharing
and in 2002 you leave the band. Can you tell us why?
I'm sorry?
In 2002 you leave the band. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, we all disbanded. We just wanted to take a break from it.
Okay.
And go off and do things on our own. I made a band with the keyboard player for Eric Clapton,
Oh.
a couple other guys, and made this thing called Train Station.
Okay.
I made one record with them, and and Jack did a solo album.
Mm-hmm.
Had Bob Kulick, Vinny Caliuta played on it, and he went on tour. I went on tour. I was opening for a guy from Nashville called Johnny Hyland,
Okay.
and I was opening for him. I played about 12 shows with him as a support act, and so I was just doing that. Adi was playing with a bunch of different stuff, mostly real heavy metal stuff,
Cool.
and we were just getting away from the band for a while. We didn't know if it was going to be forever or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I did a solo album in 2005, and then in 2006 we all just said, "Hey, let's put the band back together," and everybody was into it.
No.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, we took a break. We hadn't taken any break at all since 1982.
It was about time then.
Yeah. It's like all we did was go home and we'd wash our clothes and then go back on the bus. So by 2002, we were like, oh man,
Yeah.
we needed a break bad.
Yeah.
Everybody needed, I guess.
So,
Find yourself again, so a little bit.
yeah.
So.
I mean, I watched my kids grow up on videotapes, so
That's
definitely a lot of sacrifices you make.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad a little bit if you think about it.
So it's hard to be a rock star.
It is.
So.
And my whole thing is I was kind of shy, so I didn't really like that part of it as much as going on stage and playing in front of people and, the enjoyment of that. Yeah. But as far as, cameras in my face and, it's funny because you never feel like you're worthy of all this attention, and if you're shy, it's kind of hard to deal with.
Right.
But as far as doing well and having my parents proud of me and all that kind of stuff is cool. But but if you're really cocky and you think you're great, I guess the cameras are good for those people.
Yeah,
Exactly.
more people like it than others. So,
Yeah.
But from 1977 till 2007, you sold over 10 million albums.
Yeah, I think it's about 11 million now because.
Cool.
Yeah, you have two platinum albums too.
A couple years ago, a greatest hits went gold.
Yeah.
And you figure with all the catalog selling and all that. So, yeah, it's I'm proud of that, but a lot of our peers, of course, have sold way more records, some 100 million, 60 million, whatever. But, to have sold 11 million records.
It's insane good.
What it is we would just sell like 2 million, and then the next album, 2.5 or 1 million, or maybe just go gold.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We never had one record and just come out and sell 30 million, and then we just go away. So it's like, I'm completely happy that a record, anytime we do go in the studio and make music, that 1 million people get to hear that.
Yeah.
I think it's being greedy if I wanted to sell 20 million every time I make a record. So I'm totally happy, having a career of 11 million records. And today people really don't buy,
more downloaded music, right?
I was kind of shocked that we had an album that went gold only a couple of years ago because the way people buy music today, they buy it by the song.
Yeah.
They might buy 2 songs from this guy and 1 from that guy.
Yeah.
They don't It's not like our day where we had all that human connection.
I miss
We
that.
went out and bought a whole record, like
Exactly.
whoa, physical graffiti. This is awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
I really I miss
different.
that times. Sometimes I really miss it. Just going to
The record
shop,
store,
record
yeah.
stores, and just holding
Yeah.
and reading
I love
and
that.
yeah, I really miss it.
I love going to record stores and buying music.
Yeah.
And it was just such a great event, and and now it's all downloaded.
Yeah.
And you don't have the human connection from the fan to the artist. Like I knew every band, I knew the guys' names, the guitar player's name, the singer's name.
Exactly.
Now I don't believe there's that kind of a connection with kids.
No.
Just I hear this song, but I don't know who is the singer.
They download 200 songs before
Exactly.
they go to school,
Yeah.
Right.
And they say, who is this? I don't know who it is, but it's cool. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But then, there is the case of, even with us, it's like some songs become so big
Yeah.
that you don't know who did them.
Exactly.
It's like, like I made the example before, like the song Spirit in the Sky.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, you hear it all the time, but who knows who did it,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's somebody out there that knows.
Not so many. So,
But in other words, the song became more popular than the artist. It's like,
exactly.
That can happen too.
So they have no idea how they even look like. So, no.
Exactly.
So.
And talking about a little bit, I know, with all the respect, of course, and more for Johnny Lane, he passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He was part of the band a little bit, right? Because he was a singer for a while. Right?
No, but I became very close with Janie, and I worked with him on his alcoholism,
right?
Yes. And he brought his wife out. He did 10 shows with us.
Oh.
And
Bobby Brown.
Yeah. So, but we were very close. He was doing so well.
Okay.
And it was another one of those cases where the addiction just overcame him. He just.
Yeah.
But he was totally sober, completely professional,
okay.
always on time. He was completely prepared with the songs.
Yeah.
His wife told me that everywhere they went for 2 weeks, Great White was playing, and they had the CDs going, because he was learning the songs. So when he came to rehearsal, the first one, he was like. He knew all the lyrics without lyric sheets or anything, and sang everything perfect. So
that's cool.
He was really pro. Oh. Unfortunately, he had that addiction,
right.
and he just kind of told his wife, "Oh, I'll be back in a while," and he disappeared for like 3 days or something.
Oh.
And went and drank himself to death. And
I was so young.
Shame.
I was talking to him almost every day. On the phone.
Okay.
And saying, hey, good job, man. Being encouraging, sending him meditation and prayers.
Yeah.
Sticking to the one day at a time. He looked so good, and he never sang better. And it was really unfortunate.
Right.
But one thing he told me, he goes, we were sitting one day at backstage, and actually, one time he was at the airport, and him and his wife it was like 10 in the morning, they were sitting outside, and I go, look, your wife looks amazing. Your fans say that you never sang better in your life, and you look better than ever. Right. The sun is shining. What else do you need?
No.
What I mean? And I was just saying, you don't need the addiction. Just stay away from it. Just hold on to this for dear life.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he died.
Yeah.
And I went to his memorial, and I wasn't close to his family. I really wasn't with Janie that long, but I wanted his family to know, that he wanted to be sober more than anything. Because he told me that. He goes, I want to be sober more than anything. People think I'm doing this, to hurt them.
Right.
I want to be sober.
Oh.
He goes, this damn addiction just has a hold of me.
Oh.
Of course.
It's a disease, so...
It's a shame because he's very...
Yeah.
He was... I really like Warrant too. I think it's good, very good
You want
Warrant.
to hear something? Here's something that people don't know. Not only did he write all the songs, but he also played drums on those early albums.
Oh.
Cool,
He played all the drums. That's all Janie.
Cool.
So he was a drummer also.
So he was talented guy.
He wrote all,
Oh.
He sang. He wrote all the songs. The guy, he didn't really get the credit he deserved because he really was a gifted songwriter,
And drummer.
I'm very good singer.
A drummer,
No.
People don't even know he was a drummer before he was a singer.
Oh,
He
I didn't
just
know
happened
that.
to
So.
sing good. Kind of like Steven Tyler, Steven
Yeah.
Tyler is very early.
Yeah.
He played drums and then got in front of the drums and they got somebody else to play.
Yeah.
That's what Janie did because he sang too good.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
And,
he was very good singer.
So
those early records, that's Janie playing on the first, I think, 2 or 3 albums. He played the drums.
Cool.
So he almost had the perfect life, almost.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, when they first came out, they came out. I think we were touring with Rat or Scorpions. I can't remember, but they came out and they were the opening act, and that's the first time I saw them, and they had Uncle Tom's Cabin, I believe.
Yeah.
Very nice song. Yes.
Man, I'm going. This is really killer stuff.
yeah, he was good. So
it's a shame, really.
So.
Shame. But well, thank you for sharing this.
Yeah, because it's wasted talent. That's what they call it.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's just because my manager years ago, he told me, because I'm an alcoholic myself. 12 years I'm sober.
Oh.
But my manager told me years ago. He goes, Kendall. He goes, anybody can drink like you, but nobody can play guitar like you.
That's true.
Oh.
And for some reason, that just stuck with me. I go, God, I'm not a great guitar, but I play okay, but the meaning behind that, it really, it's something that like never left me. I go, God, that's so true. Anybody can just get drunk and die.
Yeah.
That's true.
But maybe they aren't going to sound like me if they play my guitar. You know what I'm saying? So. That doesn't mean I'm great. It's just I do have a sound because of the way I use my hands and stuff. Yeah. But there's a lot of guys out there that could drink more beer than I could.
Yeah. And talking about Norway and Mexico and Mexican Kinis from Norway. We are in Norway now. Do you been play before in these countries or not?
Yeah, we played Norway with Alice Cooper.
Oh, cool.
Quite a long time ago, but I do have a memory from there. Mm-hmm. It was in the dead of winter, and Audie and I tried to walk to McDonald's. And I'm telling you, it was like below zero probably. Yes. And we didn't have earmuffs or anything. We made it about 2 blocks, and we said, "Let's go back."
Very cool.
This is not going to work. It was like one more block to McDonald's, and we gave up 2 blocks, and it was so cold. We almost died. I mean,
yes.
You're supposed to have ski masks in that weather. We had nothing. We just walked out. Let's go to McDonald's, and we almost died.
Welcome to my country.
Yeah, but it's beautiful, man. We went and saw. All the statues. I forgot what that.
In Oslo, Vigelandsparken.
Yeah. Where they had that
stone.
I forget all the statues and everything. I forget what the park was called, but
it's called Vigelandsparken.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice place.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yes.
It was a really nice day to go out, and I think Alice Cooper came with us.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, we played about 40 countries with Alice that year.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And Mexico.
That was a good memory.
And Mexico, you never played in Mexico?
Yeah, we played Mexico City.
Cool.
We played in Chihuahua
Yes.
at like a baseball stadium type of a show. But not that much.
And do you like it or
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Mexico. One thing I was telling everybody, in the interviews and stuff, I go,
yeah,
it's so clean. It's like, hospital clean.
No.
Okay.
If you walk down in the streets, you will not see a gum wrapper on the ground.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's that kind of clean. I couldn't believe it. I'm going, God, you don't see any trash anywhere. Or, like a lot of times people will throw a cigarette or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way. That did not happen in Mexico City. I would say that's the one thing that I noticed right away, because if you walk around Hollywood or Los Angeles, it's like there's trash everywhere. People don't care.
Oh.
But I really noticed that people really take care of the city.
Yeah.
And that's it's a little bit more hot than Norway then. So.
Norway's beautiful.
Yes.
I like Switzerland too. I have some friends there.
Oh.
We actually went there on vacation. That was kind of fun.
Oh.
Because we went to the Swiss Alps, and
Yeah.
it was pretty sweet. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny in the Swiss Alps. You can't go up there and just buy a bunch of property. You can only buy one place.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well.
So no real estate people can go up and buy a bunch of homes or something,
And that's good.
So, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. That's cool. And what are the plans for Great White this 2020, 2021, 21? Sorry, I speak Norwegian a little bit.
Well, at our age, hopefully stay alive.
Yeah.
That's
That's the
important.
first.
That's important.
That's the first one.
So that'll be first on the list. Just playing shows, continue to write music. I'm still trying to write the best song of my life.
Cool.
Yeah, you will do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying, that's what keeps, really keeps my energy and my motivation
No.
Cool.
to try to come up with a song that just blows my career away.
Yes, the perfect song.
The perfect song.
Yeah.
And we've never really wanted just to become an oldies band that just goes out. Although we're grateful for the songs we have,
Yeah.
but we like to continue to try to make new music, and hopefully, really come up with something special.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but
Yeah.
Well, you never know.
That's the goal. Yeah.
New record. We hope.
Yeah.
We hope. New record.
So I hope I can see you in Norway then.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be sweet, man.
Yeah.
What it is, it's like we need to have festivals to play, to be able to play smaller venues like in Norway or whatever,
Yeah.
on some kind of a tour,
Oh.
or else we can't financially do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh.
But if we can do like even just say a couple festivals, maybe one in Germany, one in England, or UK,
Oh.
and then we can play a bunch of smaller venues
Yeah.
Exactly.
and be able to survive.
Yeah.
And even if we break even, that'll be okay.
Oh.
But we just don't want it to cost us a bunch of money to play.
Right.
But we love the fans in Europe. It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with our love for the fans. It's just that it's a financial issue.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
we can't just go play clubs and
No,
you know.
no.
We just need a couple festivals because you know
Right.
they pay more,
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that way we could survive the smaller show,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and then we could do something, play Norway, play
Yeah.
Ipswich, and all over,
Yeah.
Mexico
the UK
again.
and Mexico.
Yes,
I would love to play Mexico.
of course.
Mexico is we actually when we played there.
Mm-hmm.
We played. It was I remember it being a kind of a really big club,
Okay.
but it was almost had a disco kind of vibe to it. But it was a great show. The fans were all there.
Cool.
It was rocking. It was raucous.
And you eat Mexican food, drink tequila or not?
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm telling you. And I think it might have been Chihuahua, but we went out with these people.
Mm-hmm.
And the women, they looked like movie stars, they didn't even look like, like a typical Spanish woman, like, somebody from Mexico. If you didn't hear them speak Spanish, you would not know that they were even Spanish.
Okay.
And I just remember that. It was like, and these people were so classy. It was like incredible,
Cool.
But I think we ran into this crowd somehow that were all like actors and actresses or something. I don't know how that happened, but
That's pretty cool.
we ended up with these people that were
Because
just all classy.
many people think a Mexican we live with what is the name? Bonder?
Farmers?
Farmers with chickens and cows and hats and not like a normal city. Like we live with chickens and stuff.
I didn't even
No.
meet that.
No,
Like
they are of course, but not in.
What I meant was some didn't even have like darker skin.
Okay, yeah.
They didn't look of the Spanish descent.
No.
Yeah.
They looked like like they're from the beach,
Yeah.
up the street from me. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's like they could be from Long Beach, California, and but they don't even know a word of English,
Yes.
So you see them on the soap operas. Have you ever seen a soap opera like in Spanish? And
Cool.
they don't really
Look like
seem
Mexican. That's okay.
I have a friend of mine called his name is Stian. He have a festival.
Here in Norway.
Here in Norway, a small one but very cool one, and it's called the Garage Festival. You can come and play there.
He say that.
Yeah, come on.
We would love that.
He said you
Love
have
that.
to be in Garage Festival.
Stay in touch.
Yes.
Stay in touch.
With me
So
and Melissa, and I'll get the information to. If you let Melissa know, we can let our agent know,
Yeah.
and we can look into some things.
Of course. We can give you some contacts too if you want. Maybe something happened.
That'd be fantastic.
Will be awesome. And please, Mark, you have to record us if you can and if you want, please, a message for La Pajarraca Radio.
it's silence.
Please.
This is Spanish.
What's it? Okay.
La?
So I'm gonna record a message and I'm gonna say something in Spanish.
No, in English, but like, hello, my name is Mark Kendall of Great White, and you are listening to La Pajarraca. The name is La Pajarraca. Yeah, Pajarraca.
La Cacaraca. La Cacaraca.
Let me tell you, this many people struggling with this name. You're not the first one. We have many we talk to, and they say, "What the hell is this?
Sorry.
Yeah.
What a crazy name!"
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got it. Hopefully, I can say it correctly.
But it's La
You're listening to La Cacaraca. I mean, I don't want to say it wrong.
With a P first.
with P. Pajarraca. Pajarraca.
Pajarraca?
Met G, Pajarraca. Yeah.
You're listening to Pajarraca?
Radio.
Or La Pajarraca?
Yeah, La Pajarraca. Yeah.
La Pajarraca. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Mark Kendall from Great White, and you're listening to La Pajarraca.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
more than fine. So it's no problem.
Great.
It's a little crazy name, so.
Yeah, I'm speaking Spanish already.
Well, now you tried. So,
All right.
do you have something funny happen to the band if you can share with us?
Something funny. Well, I don't know if this is funny, but I do remember something that was unusual.
Mm-hmm.
We were on tour with Judas Priest,
Mm-hmm.
and we were about 4 songs into the set playing, and all of a sudden somebody dropped from the sky straight onto the stage.
Oy.
What?
Some girl. I mean,
Really?
And I guess, yeah, we had to stop the show. The ambulance came and
Right.
everything.
My
What
goodness.
happened was somebody took a bunch of LSD or
Oi,
something,
oi, oi.
and they climbed on the lighting truss and
Oh.
went all the way. It's like 40 feet in the air,
Holy shit.
and they were hanging. This girl was hanging by her hands on the bar. We
Really?
were playing it. Everybody was looking up, and we couldn't figure out what they were looking at. And by the time we figured it out, I mean, it was too late. She fell. She just let go
Oh my goodness.
and fell onto the stage. And we sent flowers to the hospital.
Jesus.
She ended up being fine. So we put in the notes, next time you drop in on the band, let us know. And
Yeah. Well, it's not so cool to laugh, but you have
It's
to.
funny, but not funny. It's funny because.
yeah.
It's raining girls.
Well,
Oops.
we probably would have said something less humorous if she was really hurt bad, but
Yeah.
she ended up being okay. So
Oh, that's good.
we'll put something funny in there.
Well, you never know what's gonna happen live. So.
God, man, there's been so many things, being out there so long, but
Oh, that was pretty funny. Oh.
And
yeah.
Mark, something do you want to add to this interview?
I would just say, thank you to all the fans, for supporting the music and being a part of our, growing up with us and being a part of the music. And,
Mm-hmm.
I can totally relate because I'm such a fan myself. I have all my heroes and all these bands that, that I looked up to, as,
Yeah.
as a up and come teenager or whatever.
Oh.
When I hear certain songs, I knew exactly where I was. I knew how old I was. I knew where I was. And there's a lot of music that created a lot of memories for me.
Right.
So for our music to be a part of people's lives, it's like I'm so, it's unbelievable to me, and I'm so grateful for that.
Right.
That people have some kind of memory when they were in high school, when Rock Me came out, or their first girlfriend, or maybe they got married to Save Your Love, or you know what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah.
And all those things mean a lot to us.
Oh.
That's pretty
So
cool.
thank you.
Oh.
And I have to tell you, thank you, because like you say, you help many people have problems with drugs, and you
It's a
don't.
very important job.
This is really, really nice of you, and I have to do this for you because not everybody do that. So thank you.
What happened was I thought, I just wondered what would happen because I was sober for 3 years, and I just wondered what would happen if I reached out on Facebook and just offered my sober friendship.
Right.
Oh.
And just encouragement and support for anybody out there suffering.
Right.
And one guy got a hold of me, and this guy was really bad. He was just rolling out of bed and just filling up big gold cups with whiskey.
Oh.
And his wife, on this particular day, his wife said she didn't want to watch him die anymore, but she was still, like, not going to leave him or anything.
Right.
But then he saw my post, and he just felt like, this is my calling. This is the day I'm supposed to get sober. And he ended up going, I got him into a rehab in Nashville through some connections I have. And he ended up going from a patient to counselor in 5 years.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He was actually a counselor. So when I saw that happen, I just kept doing it. I said, instead of using Facebook to tell everybody how great I am, I'm going to use it to, maybe I can help somebody.
Right.
But that's cool.
That's good.
Just one more question. You're mentioning Nashville, and how can you? This isn't that country music place? Are you playing metal?
Well, I was mentioning Nashville because the iconic producer Michael Wagner, he's done Metallica, Alice Cooper, Skid Row. I mean, he sold like 100 million records.
Right.
His studio is in Nashville.
Okay.
So it's mostly known for country, but a lot of people in rock bands have moved there.
Okay.
And he also he has a studio there, so he still like records bands from Europe, come out to do records, and also the local scene in Nashville. He recorded some music from there, and he's still active.
Okay.
That's nice.
Well, nice to clear that up. So.
It is mostly known for country.
Yeah, it is.
There's a rock scene there.
Okay. Well, now I know. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mark Kendall, guitarist of Great White, for giving us this interview in La Pajarraca Radio.
Very nice of you.
Very nice.
Thank you. I really enjoyed speaking with you guys, and
We too.
have a great night.
You too.
You too. Thank you so much, and we keep in touch.
Bye-bye.
And
Bye-bye.
greetings to Melissa. Bye-bye. Thank you. Well, that's nice. Finally, because we was really stressed. We was a little nervous if he give us the interview or not. In the
But it was
end,
cool.
he did. So yeah, thank you so much for this. And let me just stop.
Very nice.
Very nice. And we are going to play a little music, one song. If you don't hear the band before, because I know the band is not new, the band is really, really cool. That's why we asking for this interview. And we are going to listen Once Bitten, Twice Shy. And don't remember, this Friday we have our live interview too with DID. This band is in my head away. Very cool band too from Denmark. And just keep in touch, and you can see him in a video because he accepted to make a video. Not Mark, today he didn't accept to make a video, but Jasper, yes. So we wait for you this Friday, okay? But we are going to play this song for say goodbye to everybody. Let's rock and roll. This is Great White. If hope Facebook don't block the video, hope not. Because it's a little, I will down the music a little bit because, we have some problems too with Facebook sometimes, so that's a big problem, but yes. Okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Nice dude.
Yeah. At first I think he will be a little angry, but no, very nice, happy, and so thank you for this interview, and yeah, let's rock and roll. We're going to say bye-bye to you guys, to the video, and you can listen the music right now in La Pajarraca Radio.
I'm gonna eat now.
Yeah, we are a little hungry. So thank you everybody, and we wait for you this Friday.
Da er det DAD live. Da er det med video og full pakke. På fredag
Det
klokka
er et
8.
spørsmål du kan lage
Det er
det.
reit.
Ja.
Så, yeah.
Tusen takk, everybody.
Snakkes!
Vi snakkes. Nos vemos en el viernes, amigos. Nos vemos este viernes en la entrevista también en vivo con DID, una banda de Dinamarca increíble que me encanta. Y
See you
en
soon.
video, ¿ok? Cuídense,
Friday.
un abrazote, los queremos. Ha det bra.
Ha det.
Hasta luego.